Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. How are you doing all? I hope you're doing well, staying healthy, enjoy life and must be planning to do something great in life. We are here to build some of our good hobbies out of many. One of them is book reading to improve our English including reading, writing, speaking vocabulary at the same time enhancing our knowledge. Here we read daily one chapter of novel to do so. Today we are going to read novel named Like It Happened Yesterday, which is written by Ravinder Singh, one of the best-selling author. I too had a love story and can love happen twice. If you like love story, you can go for that. By the way, this is his third book in this sequence, which we are reading from last 3 days, and this is fourth day of this novel, and this is a fourth chapter of this novel named and title is fear of the needle. So we will read this and we will get what is there in this chapter. Before that, I would love to hear your thought about reading and about your experience in the comment below. Remember to like, share with your friends and subscribe for a daily. So let's start. Fear of needle. If there was anything that was that I was afraid of as a child, it was the hospital in my town. The hospital building was the biggest structure of brick and concrete in Budera, a light pink color and surrounded by tall green devdar and gulmar tree with seasonal orange flower in them. A never-ending row of a bicycle and motorcycles would make a serpentine line in the shade of trees. So there author is telling about his fear of needle. So he is describing that he was afraid of needle in a childhood. There was a hospital in his town. There was a one hospital building was a biggest structure from the made of the bricks and concrete, and that was in Budera. As we know that the author is from Budera, and Budera is in a Odisha, and that building color was pink, light pink color, and surrounded by tall tree. Means there was green trees, and some of trees name is Devdar and Gulmar trees. And there are some of the seasonal orange flowers in them. And there was a never ending row or bicycle and motorcycle. It means that there was people were whenever people were going there for their treatment, so they go from their bicycle and motorcycles. So there was a line, serpentine line means like is structures like in the set of trees. So there was tree, and in that set there were many bicycle and motorcycles. Every time I crossed that building, I used to feel a chill run down my spine. What does it mean by chill down my spine? It means terrified. From the outside, everything was just too quiet and normal, but only the people who would have walked into it would know about what happened inside. I had walked into it couple of times. So from the outside, it was like a simple building, but whoever will enter, that person will get to know that what is inside. I was made to do so against my will by my father. Against my wills, it means against his desire. So I knew what went on inside. My brother and I had not been given an inoculation. Inoculation is a vaccine which is given in a childhood for every child. At the birth, on in the few months afterward, as was the usual practice, or tragedy was that by the time our parents realized the importance of those injections, we were old enough to understand that injection hurt. Therefore, we used to run away from them. So, actually, Ravinder Singh, who is nicknamed Rinku, and his brother named Tinku, he was old enough when he could understand that what is a pain of injection. That time he was given inoculation, so he is explaining that, but they were necessary. So dad very cunningly never told us when he was taking us to the hospital. He would make the two of us sit on the bicycle and tell us that we are going out for the nice ride. Tinku, as usual, would occupy the front wall while I would sit on the carrier holding on to the front seat on which Dad would be sitting. Only when he would miss the right turn toward the Pakka market and continue to go straight where the road led to nothing but the hospital, we would be clear of his ill intention. And then suddenly my brother and I would start screaming on our seat, knowing what was coming our way. Daddy, अस्सी कित्थे जा रहे हैं? Daddy, where are we going? One of us would ask in the terrified tone, very much aware of the answer. It was quite common for our father to not provide an answer to that one. So I would tell my brother, टिंकू डैडी सन्नू इंजेक्शन लगवाने ले के जा रहे हैं. टिंकू डैडी is taking us to our inject for our injection. And then my brother would ask, but daddy had told us that we are going for a ride. So I would tell him, डैडी ने झूठ बोल लिया सी. डैडी हैज लाइड टू अस. रिंकू वीर, डैडी ने झूठ क्यों बोल लिया सी? Why did daddy lie? He would ask again, trying to reconfirm the unbelievable. So, like his daddy never told that they were, whenever they whenever he takes them to the hospital for the inoculation, so he never told their kids that they are going for that. They always told that we are going for the nice ride, because this is like our parents conspire. They never told us truth, because if we get the truth we will resist that. So this is like that here also. The bicycle would keep moving, the two of us would keep talking. I always wanted to hold my brother's hand, then he too would want to see me, but the two of us used to be separated by the father. Right at the registration counter, our fear would take a mammoth, mammoth shape. Mammoth shape is means huge shape, and huge it means like very terrifying. It means you got a terrified feeling. The clerk at the registration desk knew our father very well. He would smile and fill in the half the detail on his own. Our father would take two slips, one for each of us, and we would walk with him, holding his hand on either side. The two of us in our half pants and t-shirt, ready to be a poked. As we walked up the staircase, I would realize how close we were to terrible process. The peculiar smell is very bad smell, which is not pleasant. Of disinfectant. Disinfectant is a one chemical which used for the cleaning. Would fill our nostrils and we virtually choked me. The dark galleries of the hospital's outdoor ward would terrorize me. The sight of the green curtains, the nurse in white, and the number of sick people around would make me also feel sick. The whole atmosphere in that government hospital was that of the horror story. The horror multiplied by the several times the moment we would reach our ward. As usual, there would be a vampire like nurse. Vampire means like a ghost. So kids tell nurse ghost like vampire like nurse whose business it was to draw blood from people's finger or arms besides injecting poor little kids like us. We knew her well. She was acquainted. Acquainted means well known with us too. We were a challenge for her. Many times we had created a scene in front of her and the rest of hospital, crying, screaming, and running out without our pants. So here author is telling his experience about in hospital. How was his experience in the hospital for of the injections? Knowing our desperation to escape, Dad never forget to lure us with the item of our interest. Lure means किसी को uh, make them happy by offering pleasant thing or interesting thing. Most of the item he would tempt us by saying that he was going to treat. Most of the times he would tempt us by saying that he was going to treat us to fruity as popular mango drink if only we agreed to take the shots. We were madly in love with that 3 rupee drink which came packed in a square green tetra pack. The front of the packet had a image of two ripe yellow mango with a droplets of chilled water sliding down them. Dan knew very well how much we loved this particular drink. Insane as it might sound. Insane means front. Insane means you can say it means like you are merely love something, that is called insane, as it might fond of, yeah, you can say fond of, as it might sound. Our deep love for fruity overcome our fear of the injection, and our father knew how to use that. We would willingly lie down on our stomachs on the medical bed, wearing our bottom for the injection. In our minds, we would see the shopkeeper taking the chilled packet of fruity out of his freezer just for us. In the meantime, the nurse would take out the needle from the boiling water over the electric heater. Our dream would process, and we would now be holding our coveted drink in our hand. The nurse was constantly in the process of preparing the injection, pushing in the nozzle to flush the air out of the syringe. And as we imagine pipes ring, the tiny round foil at the upper corner of the tetra pack with our pointed straws, the nurse would pierce our behind with that injection. The reality of that moment for the next few seconds would break our reverie and leave us in a great pain. But we knew the we knew the key for us was to keep holding on to our thought, to release them enough to be able to overlook reality. Soon it would all be over, yet we continued to lie there exactly in the same position, same posture, happily imaging sipping our fruities, smiling to brothers, lying half naked on their stomachs stomach with their eyes glued to a daydream and a smile passed on their face. And that is when the nurse would shout, "Ud jao, ho gaya. Get up, it's done. It is done." In the next half an hour, we would make our dream come true with a bang. Our experience of drinking fruit would not just end there at the shop. It was a ritual for us to bring that empty tetra pack back home with us. We would blow as much as possible into it with the straw, place the inflated packet on the ground, and asked everyone around us to watch as we jumped over our packet. Bang! It would burst like a cracker. That would mark the completion of our fruity adventure. If by any chance the packet didn't burst at the first go, we wouldn't shy away from picking it up and going on and on until it finally gave up. So this is all about the author experience of the hospital and how he was fond of a fruity. So he was fond of a fruity, and you can say insane that he was ready to wear that pain of injection, both of brothers, and that's why his father always treat them with the fruity whenever they go to hospital for that inoculation. So this is very beautifully explained each and everything in a detail, that how a kids feel when they get an injection, and how much they are insane for some of thing, whatever their favorite thing is. So I hope you love this story of this fourth chapter, and we will read next. tomorrow. And I hope you enjoy this. If you like this, you can comment below down, and please share with your friends. They can also get to know experience of their childhood, which we have almost forgotten, and we can live our childhood once again while reading this chapter. I hope you enjoy this session. If you so, like, comment, share. Thanks a lot.